Pull up a chair, get comfortable, and let's talk about a quiet, invisible frustration that haunts almost every single advanced English learner on the planet. You've climbed the mountain. You've put in the years. You can read complex legal contracts and literary fiction without breaking a sweat. When you write, your grammar is spotless. You know your conditionals and can navigate the passive voice like a native. And yet, something happens in high-stakes environments. Picture this. You are sitting in a sleek glass boardroom in London or Singapore. The atmosphere is fast-paced, electric, and entirely unscripted. Someone proposes a radical shift in strategy. You have a brilliant counter-argument. You open your mouth to speak and you want to sound intelligent, authoritative, and completely natural. So, what happens next? Inside your head, your academic training kicks in. You reach for the safety blanket of your textbook education. You want to contrast ideas, so you think of however. You want to add a point, so you think of furthermore. You want to draw a conclusion, so you think of consequently or therefore. And then you say it. Furthermore, the timeline is tight. Consequently, I believe we ought to delay the rollout. However, if management insists, the room goes quiet for a split second. People look at you. They understand you. Technically, your English is correct. But the air in the room shifts. You didn't sound like an executive. You didn't sound like a sharp modern professional. You sounded like a walking, talking textbook. Native speakers almost never use those words in live conversation. When a C2 level executive wants to pivot, they don't reach for furthermore. Instead, they use advanced discourse markers. Today, we are going to tear down those rigid textbook habits once and for all. By the end of this masterclass, you will know the exact pragmatic markers native professionals use to command a room. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dismantle the textbook trap piece by piece. To fix how you sound, we first have to understand why your current toolkit is failing you. It's not your fault. You were taught by textbooks that prioritized writing over speech, giving you tidy, color-coded tables of transitional phrases. Mastering these textbook transitions actually makes you harder to connect with. Human conversation is an organic, emotional, fluid exchange of ideas. When you drop a heavy, formal connector into a casual session, you create psychological distance. People stop listening to your ideas. What elite speakers do instead is use discourse markers. Think of them like the suspension system in a high-performance sports car. Without it, every bump feels violent. Discourse markers smooth out the bumps of live conversation. Let's look at a concrete transformation. Imagine a product strategy meeting. You have concerns about regulatory hurdles, but you want to voice them without sounding like a critic. The textbook approach. However, we must consider regulatory hurdles. Consequently, proceeding now is risky. It sounds like a legal warning. The native executive. That said, we've really got to look at the regulatory side. Mind you, the budget's tight, so we might want to pace ourselves. Let's break down 3 elite markers. Number 1, that being said, or having said that. Forget however and nevertheless. It acts as a cognitive bridge. It tells the listener, I hear your point, it's valid. Now let me layer this reality on top of it. Number 2, mind you. This is a brilliant marker used to drop a subtle caveat or a reminder without killing the positive momentum. Number 3, at the end of the day, forget in conclusion. This cuts through corporate noise with absolute authority. Now here is your rigorous weekly challenge. For the next 7 days, ban the word however completely from your English speech. Thank you for watching, keep practicing with intention, and I'll see you in the next lesson.